Well, everybody, I hope we're making more progress. I need to know, guys, can you just write in the comment section where you're watching up? We're good, let's go. Thank you, Kuda. Kuda is the ultimate guy who can give me enough confidence. Thank you. I understand if our numbers are not that great today because Mafona Kasaraku Haifa, I understand Haifa is responsible for a lot of phones that are not going to be watching tonight. So is Kotko, is also responsible for a lot of phones, but thank you for those who are tuned in. Let me know where you're watching from. Let me know who you are so we can say hello to you. We have a big chain of events to walk through. And I am glad you chose to spend your Sunday night here with me. Good evening. Okay, so thank you all for tuning in tonight. I believe you can see me and I believe you can hear me now. What a week we've had, right? So Chamisa tonight, we all have been watching, I mean, incredible numbers is done on the internet. Chamisa is live in the United Kingdom today in Bedford. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. We know that the Zanu PF manifesto is now out. This thing is now out. Guys, if you have not had a chance, like you think this show is funny, you want real comedy, you should pick up a copy of this baby. Like this is ultimate comedy, guys. So we're going to talk about the Zanu PF comedy. We are also going to talk about the week ahead because now that the Zanu PF machinery has been activated, we are going to learn a lot about how Zanu PF campaigns. But before we get into the main content of the show, I want to touch on issues that have happened in this last week. We have some issues that have happened in this last week that wouldn't be justice if we don't touch on them on this show. If you are out there and you own a black pair of shorts that have the Nike sign on them, we now know about you. You are Team Spencer Banda. Ukangona mkomana anopfeka mabhurugwa eblack yakanyorwa kunzi Nike, mukomana gadzira kurova touch. Spencer Banda was caught with his pants down. That's not the worst that could have happened. I will tell you a worse position you can be caught in, but Spencer Banda is a sportscaster. The good thing about Spencer Banda being a sportscaster is he was ready to run Pangachachaya. My guy was in his on your marks gear when he was caught. So the moment he was caught, he was able to run. He gave a testimony to the events that took place at this woman's house. Spencer says, baby, I was just trying to do a transaction and take some socks. This is what he said in his statement. If you're going to cheat on your wife and you're going to have a chick who is also another married woman, always make sure you have a story to go with it. Spencer activated his story the moment he got caught. And his story was, that's Spencer's story. So yeah, Spencer Banda got beat. Sorry, Spencer. But I need to make it clear. Spencer is not at fault. I don't understand the men who attack Spencer because Spencer did nothing wrong. If my wife decides to cheat on me and I find my wife with another guy, the guy is not the problem. The problem is my wife and me. Now, understand. Ukaona mkazi wako ashika pakutsvaga Spencer Banda. Of all the the men in this country. If your wife decides she's going to go for Spencer Banda, the person you must even beat up is yourself. Like, you got no business beating up Spencer Banda. You are the problem because your wife not only skipped all the other men in the country, she went for Spencer Banda, Munyasa Randi, Ndiaenderwa, Mublankanga. So I'm sorry, Spencer, you don't deserve the treatment you got. You were not supposed to be the one getting the beating. This man or these people should have gone after the woman because the woman is the one that's cheating. Spencer is not cheating. It's the woman who's cheating. So, Spencer, it happens. I'm so sorry. Mbanje guidelines are still not out in the country, so people are still treating Mbanje like it's a snack. Have you ever seen how people treat snacks? Like, have you ever... So when I was a kid, right, and I was in primary school, what used to happen is on my way to school, do you remember my pinky? So what would happen is I would pass through and I would buy my pinky, right? And I would eat my pinky. This is how Mbanje is being sold right now. Mbanje is being sold like my pinky because people simply do not have the regulation of how you're supposed to sell Mbanje. So, President Emerson Mnangagwa, you have a huge problem on your hands where legalize Mbanje. Mbanje, it's legalize Mbanje. So, in the midst of everything going on in our country, Mbanje is now on the streets. It's now being sold legally. God bless us all. Zanu-PF had his primary elections. You all know about the primary elections. Now, here's the thing about these primary elections. You know, people deal with defeat in different ways, okay? Munagarowa anodilane defeat in very different ways. To some people, okay? You have the way Muchangwa has a way of dealing with defeat, right? You also Muchangwa's way of dealing with defeat, okay? You have who else got defeat? Matutu, the deputy youth league secretary of Zanu-PF has a way of dealing with defeat. You have who else you got? You got Tellingham has a way of dealing with defeat. You got James Makamba, he has a way of dealing with defeat. I am going to help you understand how people deal with defeat and which model is the best model to deal with defeat. Okay? This is the best model of dealing with defeat. Guys, if you get beaten as Zanu-PF primary, remember a primary election is not secondary. Ku primary, awufani utombo kundwa ku primary, otherwise no repeatiswa. If you lose the primary election, jamuka chekuchemuka, wona squad rakaenda rewarare south. Rikano jamuka rikati tonga hii Mnangagwa tisikumuda, tonga Mnangagwa akati riga kwa kwabula mopare momu yakachema. Kubisi imi yakamira sowa. Guys, you have to be outrageous if you lose the Zanu-PF primary election. Because failure to be outrageous, you will not get a rerun. Muchangwa didn't just get outrageous. Muchangwa smoked Mbanje first, okay? This is the ultimate way. You actually must smoke Mbanje first. Muchangwa smoked Mbanje first. After he smoked Mbanje, he drank whiskey. After he drank whiskey, he went and saw in Japisi. After he saw in Japisi, he then said, let me now deal with Gundaroa primary. He wrote a letter under government letterhead and he wrote it to Zanu-PF. Like this guy wanted to show you just how powerful he is. He went and broke every single electoral law in the country just to show you could win election. In the end, Ambassador Mchangwa is going to be getting a rerun. So congratulations, Ambassador Mchangwa, your strategy worked. Ambassador Mchangwa's son, his name is Neville, also lost. Like, imagine the household. Baba didn't want to election. I mean, what a house of data is. I mean, how do you... Come on, man. Anyway, but the son lost the election, and the son also went crazy. But he got, crazy in my limits, guys. Muchangwa was crazy, but he was within the limits of like, his son was even crazier. His son went and did a press conference and said, I'm now an independent candidate, and I'm the leader of Bram Sango. I'm going to do the head start of... God damn! Okay, so that's what happened with Zanu-PF primary elections. So there will be a rerun. Chris Muchangwa is going to be having a rerun. He's the most notable character because Chris Muchangwa is the president's advisor. If you advise the president, You have to test out. You know, I used to be an advisor to a government minister. One of the crucial pillars of offering advice to a government minister is you have to do what is called scenario setting and scenario planning. So, Chris Muchangwa is the guy who has to do the scenario planning. He's the guy who says, let's see what happens. Tigaroa, can we blame the police? Can we blame Temba Maliswa? Can we blame MDC? Like, can we blame Jesus? Can we blame Mugabe? He lost. He blamed everybody but himself. Like, he did nothing wrong because Munezano Muda, he blamed everybody but himself. In the end, he got the result. Because he's the president's advisor, he is practicing for what happened when the president, should the president lose the election. Because if Emmerson Mnangagwa loses the election, he will go to his advisor and say, my advisor, what should I do? What happens? What is the scenario planning? And Chris Mchangwa will say, no problem. Drink some whiskey, smoke some banje, get a jabisi, take government letterhead, and refuse the result of the election. So that is what's going to happen when should the election not go well. Again, the guys who are at Hyper, I guess they're not watching the show tonight, either because they are busy watching Freshly Ground or their phones got stolen. So we don't have them tonight. Let's talk about Chamisa, and I'm going to get into the manifesto. I know that's what the show tonight is about. Chamisa is in the United Kingdom right now. Some of you were watching his rally. I was watching his rally. Chamisa is in the United Kingdom. You are running for the presidency of the Republic of Zimbabwe. You held a rally wakamira pamsoro coffee table. Chamisa, you cannot hold a rally in the United Kingdom on the top of a coffee table. Imimi vanhu veku UK, Chamisa ayangoona ipapo cheteka namwari vanhu vaisungirira ku UK iwo. Mavidhiyo ekuna akasungira ari mota achinwa poison aya ahana dhoo nezvanga zvichaita vanhu. Tai wamba azisungirira atona bye. Security ya Chamisa, you are really exposing your president. You can't have the security of the president akapfeka mashorts aSpencer Banda next to the president. The guy who was the security ya Chamisa was literally wearing mashorts aSpencer Banda next to Chamisa. Unobva kunjapisi. Wouya kuzomira paside na president. You are doing the president an injustice. And please, chiridzorera Chamisa, we've seen what you have muchegeresa. Ngachidzoka zvake. Atotanga ke kunyeba Chamisa, you know you are always sure. I get it. Atotanga kunyeba. Because the foolishness of what Chamisa did is he held the rally with maybe, let's be gracious. He had 2,000 people. In fact, let's be more gracious. Chamisa held the rally with 50,000 people in the United Kingdom who are not even allowed to vote. Ah, my God. The purpose of a rally. The purpose of a rally is you're having a rally so that the people, you can convince them to vote for you. Chamisa held a million-man rally with 50,000 people who don't even have passports that are legal to be in the United Kingdom. So even if they wanted to come back, they can't even come back. How does this make sense, Honorable Wamba Mzataro? But yeah, I've got more concerning and serious business to talk about tonight, which is obviously the Zanu PF manifesto. Here's the thing. When you look at this book, it's a book of promises. A part of me is like, I have a lot of issues in this book, but I want to help you understand exactly what the Zanu PF manifesto was talking about. There's a lot of talk and noise going around of what's in this manifesto. This section, especially for those who support Zanu PF. Those who don't support Zanu PF, it's okay if you switch off now, because I really need to talk to people who support Zanu PF, who have seen this manifesto. Emmerson Mnangagwa, if you've ever read the Bible, I read the Bible. If you've ever read the Bible, and you have read the story of Joshua, this is the story of Emmerson Mnangagwa. The problem Emmerson Mnangagwa has is he is coming from a place where him and the elders of his group are the only people who understand and who saw the struggle they went through. They are united by the fact that when they all look back, they have a central place where they all relate, which is the fact that they went through the liberation struggle. Our generation does not understand this point or this back perspective, hindsight of consensus. We don't understand what they understand. These people crossed the Red Sea together. Or rather, they were in Egypt together. They were in the wilderness together. Emerson Mnangagwa has a problem where he is trying to lead a generation that has never been in the wilderness, a generation that has never been in Egypt. So he is now confronting a generation that is full of skills, full of abilities, full of talents that he doesn't understand, and that is frustrating them. The problem with Zimbabweans is this. Zimbabweans have so much talent that the talent is beginning to frustrate us. This is our handicap. We are frustrated because when we go to sleep at night, we have ideas in our minds, and these ideas are frustrating us. And then we look at our politicians, and all they are doing is talking at us, not with us. Therein lies the conundrum that Emerson Mnangagwa has. I call it the Joshua complex. Now, what Joshua needed to do is Joshua needed to understand that within the people he was leading, he had the 12 tribes of Israel. What that means is within the country Emerson Mnangagwa is leading, he has 12 tribes of Zimbabwe. The 12 tribes of people who are skilled differently, talented differently, and have different ideas of how the country must move forward. His job, the president's job, is to figure out how does he take the ideas of these 12 tribes and make them not conflict with his leadership. The way Joshua dealt with conflict, Joshua dealt with conflict by creating territories. Emerson Mnangagwa has got to create territories. He has got to understand that even if he wins the election, you will have a problem of how do you manage MDC yacho yaruza? How do you manage PF yacho yaruza? How do you manage Tokozani Mapenzi akundwa? You have to figure out how do you manage the 12 tribes. So here is my advice, Mr. President. My advice is, understand your job is to give everybody room to participate. Harness the 12 tribes together. If you don't start having a conversation now, Mr. President, about a coalition government, mark my words, this conversation is going to have you. Because like Chamisa said it, if they did to us what they did to Mugabe, we're going to do to them. So, my leader, my president, you are Joshua. You are the chosen one who will cross us past the wilderness. Now you have a job to unite the country. You are surrounded by elders who only you and your Politburo understand. People always say, Lumumba, Hatizepa Umire. Lumumba, are you MDC? Lumumba, are you Zanu PF? Let me categorically help you understand what I am. Okay? I am no different from a person who supports a football team. If you support Arsenal, if you support Chelsea, if you support Dynamos, if you support Caps United, you will understand that sometimes you will criticize your coach, you will criticize the players, but that does not mean you don't love the football team. Okay? Understand, I am no different from the Munanonzo Wakuruadzi Arsenal. Okay? I criticize Arsene Wenger, but it doesn't mean I'm no longer an Arsenal supporter. I criticize the players, doesn't mean I'm no longer an Arsenal supporter. I criticize Zanu PF, doesn't mean I'm no longer a Zanu PF supporter. But in any party I have acknowledged, I party ye mapenzi, munu wese anopenga. That's why you can't point at one action that we do and say, that is normal. Iyo normal. Everything we do, avanopenga. I am a penzi. Because tili mapenzi. But mukupenga kwedu tina different skill sets yekupenga. I am a Zanu PF supporter, but Zanu PF must be criticized. I criticize my football team. We are becoming like, who can I give as an example? Like Chelsea. Chelsea Football Club won the league last year. When they won the league last year, they then said, because we won the league, we don't need to do anything else. We don't need to bring in any new players. We don't need to bring in any new coach. We don't need to spend any more money. because we won. The trouble is Manchester City, who didn't win the Premier League, decided we are going to spend money, we are going to bring in new coaches, and we're going to outspend you. In the end, Manchester City, this season won the English Premier League. But what on Chelsea, Acie, season I start win Acie. The only way Chelsea is going to win the Premier League is if they rig and park the bus. That's the only way Chelsea wins. So Zanu PF, the only way we win right now is if we rig and park the bus, of which we should have just listened. As the season develops, we must hire new players as a party. We must bring in new coaches. And we are not realizing now, let me get into the most important part of the show, the manifesto. Anybody who's taken time to read this manifesto, first of all, not impressive. Okay? Not impressive. Now I start getting into trouble, right? I start pushing those lines that get me closer to a gun pointing at my head. This manifesto is not impressive. Understand? Let me help you understand the problem with this manifesto. But where I also think there is a beautiful, beautiful opportunity in this manifesto. A lot of people don't know what manifestos are. I'll help you understand. I know, to me, I think what manifestos are in Zimbabwe is you take two words. Take the word money and take the word festival. You have a festival of money. Manifesto is a festival of money. Game grow big. So I know that paku printer magazine, paku printer manifesto, pakaroa big baba. If you saw the way the manifesto launch was done, pakaroa big. Zanu big. My billboards question. I find it very insensitive that we have put up all those billboards, spent all that money, and yet people are sleeping in bank queues trying to access coins. Highly, highly insensitive. First problem. Second problem. We've had many manifestos over the years. Many manifestos. I actually think there should just be one manifesto where all parties get it and all parties try to sell it. So, my 10-point plan, 20-point plan, 27-point plan is yes, MDC Zanu PF Nema manifesto aya. But Zanu PF is good at something. See, I've just criticized them. Now let me tell you what Zanu PF is good at. Zanu PF understands. In every election Zanu PF has had, Zanu PF, out of the million things we say, we pick one thing that we do right. Okay? In the last election, we had a mantra. It was job creation, employment, and indigenization. That was the mantra of the campaign. Of everything we promised, the 2.2 million jobs, of course we created them during primary elections. Akuna munu wemu Zanu PF who didn't do a job that resulted in money during the primary election. Whether you were a voter, you got money. Whether you were printing t-shirts, you got money. Whether you were a candidate, you got money. But everybody got money. But the one thing Zanu PF did right was command agriculture. Of everything it said, it made sure that command agriculture became a success. Because what happens is if you're a farmer, anybody who's a farmer would understand this. If you're a farmer, not a single farmer in the space of the last 5 years didn't understand the effects of command agriculture. Look at the tobacco leaf we had in Zimbabwe. We went through a phase where about 7 years ago, the tobacco leaf was trading at $10 a kg. We moved from the tobacco leaf going down all the way down to about $1 a kg. Within the last 5 years, as a result of command agriculture, we saw the tobacco leaf going to about $4 a kg. Zanu PF got command agriculture right. What was command agriculture? Command agriculture was Zanu PF saying to the farmers, we will give you the farming inputs, we will give you the farming market. As a result, you will be happy about Zanu PF. We will not give you the title to the land, but you will vote for Zanu PF. Zanu PF got one thing right, and that was command agriculture. When I look at this manifesto, I say, what can they possibly do right? I've been hearing a lot of crazy mathematics going around. Zimbabweans, I need you to understand this part. There's a lot of people who try to fool you with their math. The math has been, Zanu PF promised 1.5 million houses. Okay? Sounds outrageous, right? Zanu PF has promised 1.5 million houses. Let me help you understand the maths the way Zanu PF understands the maths. You understand the maths because Murima professor, Murima actual scientist, but I'm a politician. The way a politician understands the math is this. You see 1.5 million houses in 5 years, which ultimately equates to 800 houses per day. No. That's not how you calculate the maths. That is not how you calculate the maths. This is how you calculate the maths. 1.5 million houses, okay, means 1.5 million people, which essentially means 1.5 million families. Take each family and give each family access to funds that allow them to build their own house over 5 years. So you're doing the math wrong. It's not a mathematical program. It's a political affirmative action program. Zanu PF is saying we will give each family the access to build their own home. Because when I am building my own home, of course in 5 years I can build it. The math makes sense if you're thinking about it politically. I am saying this to say, Musapuri guys, Musapuri no England, vanogara mu city council housing, moregera kuno apply housing, ye command housing, mopedzera musina imba. This command housing thing is a real thing because Zanu PF understands that they don't have to do everything, but they have to do one thing right. And the only thing they are going to do right is command housing, because they are going to make you build your own house so that when you fail, guess who you will blame? Yourself. Zanu PF would never give themselves the responsibility of building anything. They can't build a tuck shop, but they'll give you the responsibility of building your own house so that you fail yourself. This is the mathematics. Now, a lot of people don't know this, but across the world, you look up a company called CMG Damien, if you want, or you look at a company called Housing Time Lapse. China, in the city of Dongkong, built a 15-story building in 7 days. 15-story building in 15 days. You can now, there's technology where you have rigs. These rigs come in and do all the foundation building for you. You then just use the same rigs to filter in cement. Once you filter in cement, the house begins to go up. There is technology which can now build a house in 72 hours. Technology is moving, Zimbabwe. Don't be so stuck. Mukawana muchi criticizer. It means makuto kundwa kuziya technology ne Zanu PF. Are you kidding me right now? Even Zanu PF now knows technology more than you. You can build a house in 72 hours. Look it up on the internet. Go on YouTube right after this show and type in build a house fast. It will show you methods where you can now bring in modular systems, or you can bring in prefabricated homes that can be up within 72 hours. You can now build these homes. So this is what's happening. This is the story really that's happening in this manifesto. Opposition, you are missing an opportunity. Mukoma wangu, Nelson Wambamba. You are missing an opportunity. Let me tell you the opportunity Nelson Chamisa is missing. Well, imagine one boys. Hey, boys, if you're out there and you're a guy, only the men, please press the like button. Just the men. I want to talk to the men for a second. Women, switch your ears off. Women, you're not allowed to hear this part. Men, press the like button. I want to talk to men. Men, press the like button. Are you there? Okay. Women, I'm going to talk to you in a second too. Men, let me talk to you. Here is the thing, man. Have you ever got that one phone call? You know, men, we all have, my post, my baby, got in my different location. Huh? Have you ever got that one phone call where the girl has said, hello, Lumumba. Hello, hi, Acie, I'm alone at home. Come over, I want to see you. What that phone call means, man, is drop everything everything you're doing and run to the woman. The problem the opposition is making is you've just received the phone call from Zimbabwe saying we are ready, come and did us. And in you getting that phone call, this is what's happening to the opposition. You got the one phone call you were waiting for to come and do Dinambata. And then, Auna Maria Kombi, Auna Besi, Saka Unei. The one phone call you've been waiting for so long finally came in, and Auna Besi. This is what's happening to the opposition. Zanu PF's greatest strength is the opposition is disorganized. And opposition, this is how you are behaving. You must get your house in order quickly, otherwise Munaka na do. President Mnangagwa was about to go on his provincial campaign. Zanu PF has now put the whole government on standstill. Forget about government, we're now talking about elections. What President Emerson Mnangagwa needs to understand is this, and this is what MDC too needs to understand. When you're talking to the people of Zimbabwe, these manifestos tell us everything that you want to do for us. The trouble is, we don't want you to do anything for us. We want you to get out of our way. Zimbabwean people are not looking for a government that does things for them. Zimbabwean people want to do things for themselves. Zimbabwean people have a dream in their mind of where they want to get to. They know how to get there. They need you to get out of the way. I am looking for a manifesto that says, I promise to get out of your way. Because if you got out of our way, we know what we are doing, we know how to do it, and we know how it is going to get done. Just get out of the way. Promise us unemployment. That's what you should promise. Say, I promise you I am not going to employ anybody. Because when you promise us employment, you build an expectation. When you build an expectation, you have to deliver on that expectation. So promise us unemployment. I wish we could rewrite the manifesto. Since I do my primary, primary manifesto, secondary manifesto. Our secondary manifesto says, we are going to do nothing for you people. You must do everything for yourself. When you empower the people of Zimbabwe to do things by themselves, they will amaze you. Every success we've had in the country, we have been successful because we were doing it by ourselves. The most successful farmers, they're successful because they were doing it by themselves. The bankers, the nurses, the doctors, anytime you are paying, if you are paying the salary, salaries don't get paid. Salaries do not get paid when you are paying the salary. So, it is my plea and it is my submission that do not come in to pay our salaries. Government, get out of the way. Let the people of Zimbabwe do their thing. We have incredible skill sets across the world. I have always maintained if we were an intelligence operation, we would have the largest footprint of the best minds across the world, which will just have to figure out how to come back home. Manifestos have to empower people. They shouldn't be talking to people about what you're going to do for the people. In fact, it's the people who are doing something for you. Think about that. It's not the politicians that are doing anything for the people. We are doing something for you. I will explain. Number one, we are giving you the votes. Number two, we pay the taxes that you eat. Number three, you're also stealing from us. So everything you do in government is because we have empowered you to do it. So help us to help you. Make the cake bigger. Grow the economy so that you can steal more. But let us build the economy by you getting out of the way. And the economy will be built. Obviously, the Dunderhead of the week always is Temba Mliswa. Temba Mliswa, he outdoes himself every week. Temba Mliswa this week had an interview with Ruveneko. Some of you watched it. I have never been so scared for somebody else like I was for Ruveneko. I actually thought Ruveneko achabiwa na Temba. Chaita unachira kubarura hempika. Chiko bata Ruveneko chiko mutwa. Zikama Temba. I was at the gate, but I wasn't gonna hurt you. I wasn't gonna hurt you, Temba. Temba, relax. I was not going to hurt you. I was just going to slap you a little bit. That's all. Why are you so scared, Temba? Why are you so scared? I just wanted to slap you a little. You are my son. I just wanted to son you a little bit. That's all. You also the video Paul Westwood did. Paul Westwood is the boogeyman for Themba Mliswa. So it's like every politician is their boogeyman, right? Nelson Chamisa is Thokozani Kupe. Thokozani Kupe is the issue that just won't go away. Emerson Mnangagwa has got G40. G40 is the thing that just won't go away. Themba Mliswa has the white man whose wife he wanted to rape, who just won't go away. Mabasa Arunditera, just like me, I have an issue. Okay? I have an issue. Do you don't know my issue? But the screen, see the screen is screen. Do you don't know I have an issue. My issue is, okay? My issue is that will just not go away. This is Zanu in me will just not go away. Zanu is like that ex-boyfriend who but I can go phone chete. Unotombosia yonke ya uruita. Utomboatenda ex-boyfriend. Even when I'm rooming a man, unombosia, utomboite. This is the problem, and then I think like in the closet. Dina chamisa in the closet. But Zanu PM do ex year we can go phone chete. Everybody has a bad day at the office. Themba Mliswa, of course, being the idiot of the week, had the worst day. Here is what you call it with the General Rugeje had a bad day in the office. General Rugeje had a disaster in the office. His disaster was, he went for primary elections and he was elected instead of carrying out the election. It's called a bad day in the office. It's that situation where you are caught, okay? Themba Mliswa would understand this. Themba Mliswa, everything is catching up on your body. Everything is catching up on you. I'm coming for you. Themba Mliswa was caught by this Paul Westwood story with his pants down. Akabatwa brugwa ripasi. Sini rima oko. Akabata sini. Abavuriwa do. Sini rima oko. Brugwa ripasi. Akagadzima magetsi. And then the lights come on and you are in the wrong bedroom. Don't yakaidwa Themba. You are in the wrong bedroom, the lights come on, your pants are down, and you've got your willy in your hands. Worst position to be caught. This is what's called a bad day at the office. Politicians, in order to avoid a bad day in the office, allow the people of Zimbabwe to take lead. Stop talking about leading us. Maybe let us lead you. So that's it. Zanu PF manifesto. I think the single biggest highlight is the fact that I think they are actually going to build the 1.5 million houses. But Zimbabweans, I heard a lot of criticism about Generali. Generali said when we go to the election, the Generali wants a very strong election. He wants to make sure when we have this strong election, we are going to have such a strong election that the world is going to know that Zanu PF is in power because we had a strong election. We are going to the election and Zanu PF will have a strong election. The general told us about a strong election. The general happened to then have word his, general General then had a dilipidity election. Now, no one to run general. When this happened, general at a moment, Zimbabweans then decided we are switching off everything. We are switching off everything. The only thing we're now going to talk about is generally say election is now deliberative. And that's all Zimbabweans focused on. Zimbabweans, I don't understand how shallow we can go sometimes. How can we honestly say of everything people say, how do we brag about knowing a language and yet we don't even know how to use our hands? We can't make candles. We can't make soap. We can't make matchstick. But we are very good at attacking each other over language. 90% of those are attacking the generalist election deliberating. Your own fathers cannot say the same sentence. Your own fathers cannot say the same sentence in English. General, of course, stop saying it, Adiji. But I'm just trying to support as a general. Stop saying that word actually. But guys, Stop attacking people for bad English. What we're supposed to be doing is interrogating these things, because here's the reality, and I want to end with this. The reality is whenever we don't actually spend time interrogating the facts, the content, and the detail of these manifestos, we get played. We are so distracted on talking about how a man said general election, that doesn't matter. We have a whole document where possibly the next government of the country is announcing to you and to me how they plan on messing up your life, and you're not even reading the document. You just want to talk about the general's election that is deliberating. Don't do that. Leave him to his language. You focus on the detail. Of course, I'm talking about Zanu PF because Namotoro na section edu Zanu PF. MDC is not slow on lies neither. They are lying too. These politicians are hell-bent on lying to the people. Do you know why politicians lie to the people? Because you let them. They lie to you because you've opened your ears and you've let them. Stop allowing politicians to lie to you. Interrogate everything they say. Do not be fanatical. Allow yourself to criticize them. With that said, the general must actually fix this problem of his election. Because we don't want the election to repeat. We want to actually win the election. So don't stop easy with attacking general. And I don't know. I still think President Emerson Mnangagwa is got a hold on this election. I still think he's taking charge of this election because President Emerson Mnangagwa has understood one thing. He's surrounded by idiots. We all know that. We all look at him and we're like, hey, we all know that. But he's maintained his strength. His strength is actually saying as little as possible, as many times as possible. So he just keeps moving forward, moving forward, moving forward. Emerson Mnangagwa is the only politician in Zimbabwe right now who is actually working. Every other politician is playing politics. Forget the billboards. I know it's easy to attack all the side events. Those billboards, the boys like big. Emerson Mnangagwa is actually waking up every morning and trying to figure out how do you solve this country. The problem is no one understands Emerson Mnangagwa's vision. It is a problem for anybody who's ever had a vision. If your wife does not understand your vision, you are in trouble. If your team does not understand your vision, you are in trouble. This is the handicap our president has. He has a vision. Nobody understands it, including the country. But every single day, this man wakes up and he works on his vision. He works on his vision. Anybody who's ever had a vision knows. I wake up every morning and I work on my vision. I work on my vision. Sometimes people don't understand. Sometimes they don't agree. Sometimes they mock your vision. That's what people do. They mock your vision. Chamisa is working his vision every day, every day, every day. And then mepo dzake dziri kumuyinga anatokozani mapenzi vari kumuyinga mepo iri kumuwandira achawandirwa nemhepo saka zvichaitika ndezvekuti takupinda pakuvhara chirongwa ichange boxing match. Tavina muboxing match kuchauya chifaita chekutanga chichava chamapinduza chindambandamba ndinokurova ukafa chini ndine mangoromera ndikakurova haumuke Emerson dambudzo ndakauraya vakawanda dzinopedzera newe kuri kutanga Emerson Mnangagwa. Emerson Mnangagwa achauya ndiye mitsa yekutanga kochouya kambana kanyowani kamosquito chamisa mosquito chamisa achauya chamisa haaziye kuti chibhakera cha Emerson chakamira sei but achataura kuti chamisa I have speed ndichamisa uyo, I have skill ndichamisa uyo, I have speed and I have skill. Arikuuya chamisa arikuuya vapinda boxing ring avo muboxing ring chamisa apinda Emerson arikuti I have just one chimbambandazo chiamama chindikakurova haumuke. That's Emerson. Chamisa ndinokuuraya mdara ndinokumenya. That's Chamisa. Vapina mfight achika pa election auya Chamisa arikurova. Oba make it wakawala Emerson Dambudzo.
He's just trying to kwakwaidza you. Wakambola mwana nenga achitaurisa. Ago taurisa. Hey, if you just say that to me one more time, hey, I will beat you. Hey, nakalaka. Hey, nakalaka. And he came rapera a boxing match in opera akuti Emerson Dambudzo Diano Roma Mbama achama pindusa. Agomana ngoya tawe ya unakita. Yangoya election. Remember, every Thursday 8:30 I'm live on ZFM Stereo. You ain't gotta go home, but I gotta. Good night, everybody.